In today's video, Daniel Cormier criticizes Raul Rosas Jr. for claiming he would beat Aljamain Sterling. Sterling tells a story of how he's trained with Rosas Jr. in the past. Strickland slams Paddy Pimblett. Conor McGregor gets removed from the official UFC rankings. Bisping talks about the heavy backlash directed at Paddy Pimblett. And Anthony Smith reveals how his compensation talks with the UFC look. Daniel Cormier thinks Raul Rosas Jr. needs to slow down with his bold claims. Raul Rosas Jr. followed up his impressive UFC debut performance by claiming that he could not only defeat, but finish current bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling. Speaking on the DC and RC show, Cormier shared his thoughts on the controversial comments from the youngest fighter in UFC history and warned Raul against a fight with Aljamain Sterling as of now. Here's the clip.
This kid has so much skill, and this kid has a confidence level about him that is way beyond his years. I thought to myself when I was talking to him early in the week, I'm like, youthful ignorance, Ryan. Just being young.
Naivety. I love it. You just
Nothing
young
matters,
and dumb.
right?
Yes.
Like, just young and dumb. We've all been there, right? We're old now, but like when we were 18, we thought we could do anything. The biggest man in any place, we thought we could beat them up. That is Raul Rosas Jr. I think that Rosas Jr. also speaks to the UFC promotional machine. Because, bro, when that kid hit the curtain, it got loud. I couldn't believe how loud it got. I was like, wow, he got a pop in his UFC debut as an 18-year-old. They went crazy in the arena. But I think he's very good. Yesterday, I heard him do an interview and say he could beat Aljamain Sterling today. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Now we got to start.
Hold up.
But
Hold
again,
up now.
youthful ignorance, right? The youthful ignorance, because he believes he can be the champion right now. But I do believe that in time, there's a lot of potential for Raul Rosas Jr. to be something very special in the UFC, especially being Mexican.
As reported by us yesterday, the comments made by Raul Rosas Jr. made UFC champion Aljamain Sterling laugh as he proceeded to troll the teenager on Twitter. Aljo also revealed that he grappled with Raul in the past, and the young prospect was a bit of a prick in their few interactions, with Rosas Jr. needing to be taught about proper gym etiquette. Aljo said this on his podcast. I grappled him twice. The second time I went there to drill, and they did this king of the mat. I told him I was taking it easy for the day, just trying to get a sweat in and not go crazy. He was trying to pass my guard, but doing like this on my head, motions with his arms, DJing me on my head. I chuckled like, okay, this guy's being a little prick right now. Like I barely know this kid. And then I look over to the right and there's his dad with the camera recording. Like, oh, this is a show and tell right now. This is what you're doing? You're just recording shit and don't say nothing? Like, cool. You guys have champions that come in here and you're just completely disrespectful. It's just a shitty personality. You would think the kid, someone would have taught him some etiquette, like going into gyms and working out with other people, but I guess not. Didn't ask to record videos, nothing. It was weird. Strickland has gone off on Paddy Pimblett for not coming across as an authentic and respectable fighter. Strickland recently spoke with media ahead of his upcoming fight against Jared Cannonier, which takes place this Saturday. During a media scrum before the event, he took some shots at Pimblett. Here's the clip.
Oh yeah, press conferences. I make the f***ing press conferences. Like look at Paddy, the Conor McGregor wannabe. Like you don't want to see that f***ing guy with this gay little f***ing bowl cut. You can't relate to that f***ing guy, that English little f***ing prick.
Conor McGregor has been removed from the official UFC rankings for the first time in over 8 years. The former UFC lightweight and featherweight champion has not competed in the octagon since July of 2021. McGregor has held the number 14 spot at 155 pounds, but following the most recent published UFC rankings, the name McGregor is nowhere to be found. UFC President Dana White recently revealed that McGregor will re-enter the cage in 2023, possibly against Michael Chandler. The Irishman is currently not enrolled in the USADA drug testing program, and there is a requirement of 6 months of testing prior to being cleared to fight in the UFC again. Speaking on the most recent episode of the Believe You Me podcast, Michael Bisping shared his thoughts on Paddy Pimblett's controversial win over Jared Gordon at UFC 282. Bisping said he was shocked by the judge's decision, but believes it wasn't a huge robbery. Here's the clip.
I said going into that Paddy was going to have a tougher fight than what he thought. He was predicting a first round stoppage. When I spoke to him for BT Sport, he said, Mike, he said, Joe, you're going to be wrong. You're going to find out. You're going to owe Nick Pete some money. That's who I made a bet with. You know, so he was very confident. Did not go his way at all. I thought Jared landed the heavier shots, the more significant shots. A lot of Paddy's shots that he was throwing were kind of just landing on the hands and kind of getting blocked a lot. There was nothing particularly clean that landed for Paddy. For Jared, he did find that left hook over and over and over again. I was shocked. Now, I don't think it was a huge robbery, although I thought Jared clearly won. I think we've seen worse decisions, but I was a little shocked. For damn sure.
Bisping also weighed in on the heavy backlash Paddy's been receiving following UFC 282.
Because what happened with Paddy, and he said that fight wasn't even close. He tried bringing up the Ariel situation with Joe Rogan straight away on the microphone. Joe didn't take him on it. And I've seen now on social media, there's been a bit of a turn. You know what I mean? A lot of people talking crap. Now, he'll get past that if he plays it right. I think if he handles it well and going forward and learns from this, you know, then it'll be okay. But if he continues like this, because somebody said, oh, he's gone heel. He hasn't gone heel. Going like heel, that's a term from wrestling for all English people. You know, it's when you're trying to be the bad guy. They're doing that on purpose. You know what I mean? They're embracing that. They're doing it on purpose and being a bad guy. You know, what I did wasn't being a heel. I was just being a dick. What Paddy did is not being a heel, is just like getting on people's nerves. You know what I mean? Because as you say, mixed martial arts fans these days are very educated, and we do know what we're looking at.
Anthony Smith and Jamal Hill were initially scheduled to fight in March of 2023, but last Saturday at UFC 282, Dana White announced that Hill would now be facing Glover Teixeira for the vacant light heavyweight title in Brazil. Speaking on SiriusXM, Smith revealed details on compensation talks with the UFC and confirmed that he'll still be fighting in March.
I'd give you a little bit, actually.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of other things attached, but I am still fighting in March. To be honest, the UFC is going above and beyond to remedy kind of my situation. They didn't give me any more money. They didn't pay me off. They just replaced a lost opportunity with an opportunity. So like, that's all I want. I don't want anything more than that. I'm not asking, you know, you see a lot of guys lose fights or fights fall out and the UFC can't get a replacement at the time. Like, well, they got to pay me. They got to give me money. I didn't ask for any of that. I want you to replace the opportunity that I lost. That's it. They're doing that. So I'm good. I'll shut up.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found on the internet today. Third place was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named AxeTrax. Second place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named BuffHooker. First place was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named MacMallyMMA. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.